guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're on part 2 of attempting to give Paul George an NBA championship. In my last video I did games 1 and 2 of the Eastern Conference round 1 playoffs. This is the 2017 playoffs, by the way. So yeah, we're facing DeMar DeRozan and the Toronto Raptors. So we're up 2-0. And we're trying to clean sweep for 2 more games. Let's go.
The first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Pacers come into Game 3 up 2-0. Will their relentless desire thrust them to a third straight victory? The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Raptors. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 3 of this Eastern Conference Round 1 matchup. 2-0 so far. Perhaps the tide can turn in this one. And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Now Joseph. Pass to DeRozan. A shot, no good. Excellent D there from George. Teague finds George. Turner with a screen for George to the middle. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Boy, George is an outstanding player. Actually, one of the very best in the league. In these screen and roll sets, he knows exactly what to do.
DeRozan against George. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul. Indiana on D. Here's Joseph. Ross with a screen on Teague. Just 5 on the clock. And Joseph kicks to Ross. That 3 off the mark. On the wing, George. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Turner with a screen on DeRozan. George. Pascal
Go get injured. Oh,
Siakam
thank God.
And here is Ross. Siakam passes to Joseph. Now here's Valanciunas. Ross on the wing. Started by Stuckey. Here's Valanciunas. It's rebounded by Indiana. They are really pleased with the victory on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Now, here's Joseph. Joseph sets a screen for DeRozan. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. For Indiana, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game.
I gotta see me cutting, bro.
Siakam against George. And Young kicks to George. Young, a screen on Siakam. Back to Young. And Young slams it home.
Boy, Thaddeus Young does a nice job setting the screen solidly and then rolling effectively so he gets a chance to score on the backside.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Brooks checked in for the Pacers. The Raptors also with a sub. Powell's checked in. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's DeRozan, and DeRozan throws it down.
You know, in these particular plays, guys, DeRozan really excellent at taking what he sees in these situations.
Here's George.
Bro, I can't make nothing,
Good
bro.
D by Siakam. Raptors trail by 4. And it's Joseph in the corner. Tipped away. George with the ball.
Bro,
Guarded by DeRozan. Outside, George. Left side, Turner. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night.
George with a fantastic look. Excellent job creating an easy opportunity for his teammate.
A wide open look here for DeRozan. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
You could see he was prepared to fire the moment he caught the ball.
George
Bro, what is going on?
Not much falling for him this quarter.
God, this game be on some bullshit.
Pass to Valanciunas.
DeMar DeRozan makes it contested too. Oh shit.
Top DeRozan. Team covering.
Told you.
One drops for him. DeRozan's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, this is a shot DeRozan can make, and I like the fact that he knows his
Fuck
strengths
outta
on
here.
offense and plays to his strengths.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Here's DeRozan. That misses off the back. Indiana leading by 4. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition, times it perfectly, and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
Shows us the pass to Pop to the left wing. Here's Siakam. Banked in off the glass.
But I can't make it over
And their post
Siakam.
play has
Okay.
been really solid right off the bat.
Come on!
George.
I can't make it, but he can make over Miles Turner.
Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up
Okay,
to Toronto.
CK. Okay.
Powell the pass to Siakam.
You think he's gonna make that right? Okay, I was about to say.
For Indiana, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter
Oh
of the
my
game.
God.
The shot by Turner.
How much did I miss now? 3 for 7.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the need just enough to keep him on a rhythm.
DeRozan finds Siakam. Brooks against DeRozan.
Watch, you don't make that too.
Here's the floor, and he sinks the layup. DeRozan's got 8 points.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the flow.
Teague for 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. A good close contest so far. And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game
Yeah, they're
3.
definitely gonna send me out.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pacers. Taylor's checked in for the Pacers. George comes in for George Niang. And then for Toronto, Siakam is checked in for Jang. Damari Carroll comes in for Ross. And it's DeRozan in for DeLon Wright. Ellis against Powell. Back to Siakam. DeRozan surveying the D. They need this. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting
He
a
can
5
just
for
make
8 clip.
anything,
They
bro.
call him the lone mid-ranger. That's DeRozan's bread and butter.
And George with the stuff.
And he had more than enough room there for one of those trademark slams that he's become noted for.
And Greg, I think once he got that space, you just knew it was going to happen.
So did the defense.
Yeah, right.
And I tell you what, he does not squander those chances. I mean, he's always going to punch it home with that kind of chance.
Fierce play inside. He was fired up.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Throw good, Siakam.
Something you notice about Pascal Siakam is his work ethic. This young man will work hard to earn opportunities and then work harder to make the most of them.
DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Norman Powell. George against Siakam.
Let's go.
And there's Paul George on the assist by Brooks.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And Wright kicks to Siakam. the second quarter. Just under 3.5 minutes played. DeRozan inside. He's guarded by Ellis. That's in, and the Pacer lead has got back down to 8 points. They needed that one from DeMar DeRozan. The Pacers have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. George. And out of bounds.
What?
As the Raptors gain possession. And some changes here for the Pacers.
Julio
Stuckey comes
2K
in for
screwing over the
Robinson.
black guy.
And it's Teague in for Aaron Brooks. And then for Toronto, Valanciunas comes in for Jared Sullinger. And Corey Joseph subbed in for DeLon Wright.
Siakam has that sinewy build, great length and strength.
Teague against Joseph.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
George with the ball. 10 points for him.
Bro,
Pascal
this
Siakam
nigga
grabs the
here,
miss.
bro.
Siakam's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Inside.
Yeah, he's gonna make that too.
Shooting foul.
Yeah, this nigga just stands there, bro.
As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Look at Siakam getting physical, earning that trip to the line.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. Young's checked in for Ellis. Ross is checked in for Toronto.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating
Yeah, go.
contact, create
And
opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the
Yeah, there he
momentum
makes
of the
that.
game, because you get points and you also slow down the
Typical
opponent because
2K
the
for
game
you.
isn't going up and down as much.
typical
So the
2K,
Pacers
bro.
call timeout, their first of the game. The Pacers making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Indiana leading by 3. Robinson a screen on Siakam.
Come
Contact
on.
on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I like the intensity that George plays with.
You gotta
down
miss a free
inside.
throw.
It's really what
Here
earns
we
him a
go
lot
with
of
the
these
bullshit.
calls.
In lots of games, free throws are the difference. You never want to lead points at the line.
1:19 left in the first half of basketball. Raptors trail by 4.
No, because 2K be on that weird stuff.
Joseph looking over the floor. Pass to Ross.
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Outside, Joseph.
No, what's my box score now? 5 for 10.
4 on the shot clock. Valanciunas with a screen on Teague. Here's Joseph. Here's Valanciunas.
Then he gets that.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Valanciunas has got 4 points this quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
George with the ball. Now Valanciunas defending.
You know, George is unstoppable when he puts it all together like this.
2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Mr. Ross. To the paint. And stolen by Stuckey. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's George. Robinson a screen on DeRozan. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
Showing you the vertical that time. Paul George throwing it down.
It's DeRozan with the drive. That one goes in. DeRozan's got 14.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's George. And the last shot of the
man.
buzzer doesn't go in for him. Paul George, he's been the guy.
Let's see, what could make me shoot better? I might go with this. Why do I go with jump for?
Making things happen for Indiana. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back right after this.
Howdy, folks. Game 3 here at the half, and
A lack of execution defensively. We all know defense is boring. But you don't get far without it.
Looking at this series for the Indiana Pacers, a dream start. 2 wins on the road, and now a chance to go up 3-zip at home.
Well, they're definitely sitting in a good place, but they got to watch their backs.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
These weird-ass animations, bro.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Have y'all ever seen it on any other 2K? 16, 17? No. No.
Young against Siakam. Outside, Joseph wants to get it to DeRozan and does.
Oh,
that one good
okay.
for 2. 16 points.
When I
for
do it,
DeMar
I can't
DeRozan.
make shit.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior.
Thank you.
And the basket is good.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
Down low. And finished off by DeRozan.
Well, you throw it his way, and DeRozan is going to capitalize. When he takes off, he's looking to throw it down with no hesitation.
Pass to Young. Back to George. Now Young. Outside T. Young sets a screen for T. Here's George. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
This
George has
game,
got 4
man.
rebounds in this game. Joseph against T. Joseph dishes to DeRozan. Here's Joseph. Scoreless thus far.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the
Oh,
kind
you
of
lucky as hell.
defense they
You
want
are
to see
so
out of him.
lucky as hell,
And the ball
bro.
travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. DeRozan against George. Just 5 to shoot. For the tie. DeRozan's shot is off. Indiana leading. Stuckey outside. Pass to George. Turner with a screen on Ross. To the inside. Outside for George. And he slams it down right on top of DeMar DeRozan.
And you know what? For me, these don't show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Here's DeRozan. Lee pass was put in just the right spot. DeRozan's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Timeout called the Pacers. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Outside, George shoots from 12.
I was trying to go for a dunk. Why does it do that in this
Valanciunas has
game?
got 5 rebounds tonight.
2K,
DeRozan with
man.
it. George picks him up. DeRozan gets the bucket. DeRozan's got 22 points.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint. Oh, put that man in the dunk contest.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now. Here
It's
in the
George
third.
versus DeRozan.
Joseph, the pass to Valanciunas. George against DeRozan. Oh, my goodness.
Man. Well, guys, we've seen DeRozan. He's got tremendous bounce, and when he's airborne, not only is he up high, he's strong while he's in the air, too. Really special.
Here's George. Oh, Clark!
Oh, my goodness! Are you kidding me?
Toronto trailer. Siakam outside. Pass to DeRozan. And here is Ross. Shot clock at 6. Over Stuckey. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's George. And it's denied. Take back by Siakam. Indiana making some changes. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Stuckey.
Pops up out of nowhere.
Chang against George. Driving in, and it's George finishing it off.
George can be so deadly on the drive. He's got great quickness. He sees an opening and takes it right away.
Raptors trail by 8. That's to Chang.
Yeah, he came and shoot.
Outside DeRozan. It's rebounded by Indiana.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
And George with the stuff.
Look at how high George gets off these drives to the hoop. Banging it down with the violence of a madman.
Here's Chang. Robinson pulls it in. Pacers leading by 10. Here's George. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Power move there, muscling it in. Weight room.
Pass to Carroll. Back to DeRozan. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Good work there as it goes. DeRozan's got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Here's George.
Hey!
Where did that come from? Oh, that was beautiful.
What a punch.
Raptors trail by 12. Here's Sullinger. Oh, and the jam by Sullinger.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And Indiana making a change here. Stewart's checked in, and Toronto will go for a different look here. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Sullinger. Pascal Siakam comes in for Gorgie Deng. Ross is checked in for DeMarre Carroll, and Corey Joseph subbed in for Norman Powell.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
And George kicks to Niang. Stewart passes to Robinson. 6 to shoot. And George, here we go. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Siakam.
I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul it.
And so
Scone.
he gets both.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
Valanciunas with a screen on George. It's DeRozan with the drive.
Hell no. Get this shit out of here. No easy baskets, pal.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pacers.
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
It's George on the wing. He's guarded by Ross.
Really difficult to contain Paul George in these pick and roll sets because of his speed. I mean, that's one element that gives him a great advantage. He's really good at making decisions in tight spaces and in these pick and roll situations.
DeRozan against George. DeRozan inside. And it's good. 2 points. DeRozan's got 6 here in this quarter.
They know how versatile and effective DeRozan's scoring ability is. That's why this team leans on him like they do.
And Game 3 will go into record books here. Lots of energy out there tonight and an important win for the Pacers.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint.
Oh, that's true. Steal.
High percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And this series has really gone their way.
Yeah, it looks like a sweep maybe in the cards with tonight's win. They'll be going up 3-0, and this is exactly what they wanted to do.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Paul George.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And George, here we go.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
George against DeRozan. Pass to Valanciunas. And he finishes nicely on the layup. 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here's George. Here he goes. And then George with the jam.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
DeRozan for 3. Good on the three-point shot. DeRozan's got 33. And it's Indiana's ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's George. Valanciunas grabs the ball.
Stamina.
Now here's DeRozan. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip. It's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
You know, this victory all but seals the deal. As strong as they look throughout this game and this series, I'll be shocked if they don't close it out in Game 4.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during this first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us.
All right, let's get those brooms out. Yes, sir. Let's get those brooms out. Yes, sir. Hold on, let me... Oh, I don't have the other one yet. Is that next year? I think that is next year.
The first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Indiana Pacers have a commanding 3-0 series lead. Is it time for their dreams to be realized? For their thirst to be quenched?
Nah.
Find out tonight as they do battle against the Toronto Raptors. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
That's disrespectful. They're going to do the
It's
Damian
game
Lillard.
4 of this Eastern Conference quarterfinal series. Down 3-zip. It's a survival contest, no doubt. Will this series end here tonight?
matchup. PG
And so
versus
off the tip, it's
DB.
Toronto.
DeMar DeRozan.
Now, here's DeRozan. Pass to Valanciunas. Back to DeRozan. And DeRozan throws
Okay,
it
you got
down.
2 on me.
I respect the way
That's
DeRozan
cool.
can still elevate
Big.
and throw it down.
Here's George. That's
Get
good.
out
And
the
so
way.
Teague with the
Come
assist.
on, bro.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. Not there.
Joseph sets a screen for Carroll. Offensive rebound. Valanciunas. And the layup's good off the glass.
And one way Valanciunas generates offense, using that big body to snare the board and keep the play alive.
And here's George. Teague with a clean look.
You
Off
see,
the mark
bro.
there with the three-point shot. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. It's stolen by Teague. Joseph against George. Count it.
Hard work.
George has got his second bucket tonight.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
Joseph, the pass to Valanciunas. DeRozan against George. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Finish off the break. George has got his third bucket of the night.
And George really good at recognizing his fast break opportunities and torching the defense with his speed and athleticism in transition.
It's George on the wing. Siakam pulls it in. Young finds George. Young, a screen on Carroll. And George, here we go.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's DeRozan. No good on the shot.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lane.
George against Joseph. And the shot is good. George has got 10 points in the game.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Raptors.
Timeout.
6-point game. So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors. Ross is checked in for DeMar Carroll. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And a fast break now. The Pacers.
Boy, I like the energy that Stuckey brings to the court. Really taking off and throwing it down with some passion there.
Raptors trail by 8. And Joseph kicks to Siakam. George against DeRozan. Inside. Here's Valanciunas. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man. A solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
Ellis is checked in for Indiana. Here's Indiana. They're on a 12-3 run right now. Stuckey finds George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, this guy certainly knows how to take over a game. I wonder who made George mad tonight. They're paying for it now.
Raptors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. It's DeRozan with the drive. Misses from close range.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
George against DeRozan. And then George with the jam.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And it's DeRozan missing.
Well, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
I cannot make a three with PG.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence.
How is that a foul, ref?
DeRozan is deceptive in his height and quickness, so it can make him hard to guard, especially from this area.
Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on. Here's George. 14 points for him. Robinson down low. He's guarded by Ross. He draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
Nigga.
It's on Jared Sullinger.
Boy, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
Raptors trail by 18. On the wing, DeRozan. Lays it up off the glass. DeRozan's got his third basket of the night right there.
DeRozan's excellent footwork makes him dangerous inside. Defenses have to recognize that.
Here's George driving to the basket. And it's George finishing it off.
Oh, how about the dunk right there? I love seeing him go up with that force.
Toronto, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Here's DeRozan. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Brooks kicks to George. 5 to shoot.
Damn it.
From outside. Raptors trail by 18. George with the steal. And it's George finishing it off.
Showing you the vertical that time. Paul George throwing it down.
The Raptors shooting at just about an even 40% from the field for the second quarter. Out left to the wing.
2 minutes.
Back to DeRozan. Sullinger, a screen on George. Rocket 6 to the middle. The jump hook, and it's sent back by Turner.
What an emphatic denial. I think he loved knocking that one away.
And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, you know, aside from some of the player protection
My leg
have been a benefit, a lot of it just comes down to what the body can withstand.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. And it's Joseph in for Powell. Siakam outside. Carroll, no one around him.
But I can't make a three.
Right
Come
on
on,
target.
bro.
Carroll's got 5 now.
He can burn you in a lot of different ways. Now, Carroll's jumper is really one of his best weapons.
And it's
But I
George
can't
missing.
dunk that.
And it's Carroll with the ball for the Raptors. Trailing by 19. They need to bounce back from Wednesday's loss.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
The Pacers making a switch here. Young's checked in. Siakam outside. Raptors moving the ball around. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
Well, guys, we've seen DeRozan. He's got tremendous bounce, and when he's airborne, not only is he up high, he's strong while he's in the air, too. Really special.
George passes to Stuckey. 43 seconds left in the first half. And it's George finishing it off.
Look at how high George gets off these drives to the hoop. Banging it down with the violence of a madman.
Now Joseph, nothing on the board. Valanciunas with a screen on Teague. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Joseph for 3. And they'll get another chance. Carroll kicks to Joseph. Pass to Valanciunas. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
At the line for one.
Bro.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Indiana out in front, up by 16, and will return shortly.
Hello and welcome. And here in Game 4, you couldn't have drawn up a better first half for the Indiana Pacers.
A key part of this one, their bench production. Those guys can heat it up in a hurry. Give the starters a little rest.
Looking at this series for the Indiana Pacers, well, guys, safe to say they're in cruise control. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
Shut them down, boys.
And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Jared Sullinger. David, what's the news?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I got some news from Toronto's head athletic trainer. He told me that although he twisted the knee pretty badly, nothing looks like it's torn. And for a team currently in the midst of this brutal first-round series, this is really bad timing. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
Teague, the pass to George. Young, a screen on Carroll. Here's George. Off on the layup. Raptors trail by 18. Here's Joseph. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Turner's got his 5th rebound in this one. And it's George finishing it off.
Befuddling body control from George. I mean, taking the hit like a man and still getting all the way to the basket.
And the Raptors call time here. Joseph with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. Young against Joseph. 6 on the shot clock. Here's DeRozan. Up and in on the layup. And 11 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
George against Carroll. Kept alive. The kick out to Teague. The shot's good on the assist by George. And the Pacers lead by 21.
Teague, any room to get that shot off, and he's going to take it and make it. He's a capable three-point shooter.
Pass to Carroll. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him. Shoots over Turner. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got his 3rd basket of the night. Pacers leading by 19. Turner with a screen for George. Driving inside. And it's Paul George with the finish.
George doing a nice job driving with physicality there, seeking out that contact.
Toronto, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Bounce pass, Joseph. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Raptors trail by 21. Here's DeRozan. 11 points in the game. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Well, DeRozan really has a gift for scoring. Buckets just seem to find him.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. For Indiana, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Turned on the Jets and then flew in for the landing.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Pass to Carroll. Valanciunas with the ball. He's got 8. Another shot. Tries yet again. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. Young's got his 4th rebound in this one. Turner finds Teague. Valanciunas against George. The shot, no good. And it's Carroll with the ball for the Raptors. Outside, Joseph. DeRozan on the wing. Nice shot from the wing. And that's 15 points for DeMar DeRozan. Pacers leading by 19 points. Stuckey outside. In the corner, George with it. Offline with his 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Carroll kicks to DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on George. Just 5 to shoot. And Siakam throws it down.
Siakam has that sinewy build, great length and strength.
George with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. Turner dishes to George.
Very late.
The Pacers can't get it to go.
Oh,
Raptors trail
Lord.
by 17. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. George against Patterson. And George, here we go. And it's Paul George with the finish.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
Back to DeRozan from deep. They get it back. Here's Jang. The shot that time, not on target. Pacers have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Brooks the pass to George. No good.
What the fuck do I have to do? I don't know what to do with
From
Paul
outside.
George. There you go.
Toronto's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. DeRozan's shot is off. Indiana's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. George looking around, tries the spin move. Indiana moving it around. 6 to shoot. Brooks finds Robinson inside. Here's George. Toronto grabs the miss.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
DeRozan's shot is off. And for the Pacers, they're shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes
Thank you,
gone
dumbass.
in the fourth quarter. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Indiana making some changes. Turner's checked in for George Niang. Stuckey comes in for Robinson. And it's Teague in for Brooks. Then for the Raptors.
Bro, I can't make nothing on this
checked in
game.
for Jack. Pascal Siakam comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Joseph in for Powell. Back to DeRozan. Over Ellis. And again, no good by Toronto. The Pacers shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense.
Man, I like how Teague sets the table, keeping his eyes up so he can spot the open teammate. Nice.
The Raptors shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. DeRozan against George. DeRozan scanning the floor. They need this one. Siakam's shot is off. And so it's Indiana with it. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
And coming in with intensity as if nothing could stop it.
1:32 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Joseph, the pass to DeRozan. Yep, it counts. DeRozan's got 19 points.
And guys, just really impressed. They made big plays when it counted, and that's why it's going to be on to the next round for Indiana.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And tonight's win really a reflection of how dominant they have been all series long. The 4-game sweep.
Yeah, I don't think they expected to pull off such a decisive win, but they had the momentum all series long. Time now, they get to move on.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for George.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Valanciunas, great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Out to the wing. Teague finds George. Stuckey setting the pick for George. The kick out to Teague. Pass to George. Ellis outside. Now here is George. Turner with a screen on Ross. George. And then George with the jam.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every